Alright, we're back in Thronebreaker now. And if we take a look at where we are, we now have everything on the map, and we can just send out a scout. That should tell us nothing is left. All areas revealed, so we did get everything. Yeah, we get everything. Here's the locations of all the stuff, if anyone wanted to know. Scroll across here, kind of see where everything is. These are the golden chests. Some of them are hard keys, but it's their locations. So, what we're going to do now is we have our deck all set. We're going to go to the capital and kind of see what happens here. Alright, let's make sure we have everything. 7 puzzles. Yep. 10 out of 10. We're all good. Continue.
Neve had ridden out of Lyria in early spring, her retinue modest, as none larger was needed for the brief summit of sovereigns. She returned now to her capital at the head of an army that dragged behind it bandits and Nilfgaardian prisoners in chains. The whole city came out to greet her. Its traders, craftsfolk, priests. Also, her eldest son and heir,
Prince Villam again.
A boy who, it seemed, might never be prepared to rule. Neve and Villam rode side by side past
dark,
cheering
apparently.
throngs, their faces frozen in regal smiles. It was not until they reached the castle stables that they found a corner in which to speak freely, candidly.
Welcome home, Mother. Content I am to see you, to be
He
sure.
doesn't look that young.
And I'm happy to see you. Though I dare say I'd have been much happier to witness you leading an army towards Dravigrad. Villam, I trusted you. Left the realm in your care.
Indeed. And I, in turn, did my utmost to choose the best course for...
Yes, Villam.
Villam, don't be so damned courtly. There's no one else here. My son. Nilfgaard has invaded our home. We're at war. When rulers don't strive and don't choose, when rulers grab their swords and shields and ride out to defend their subjects.
That's a good point, Meave.
You didn't let me finish.
All right.
What do you got, Villam?
Say what you wanted to, please.
I feared I'd be hasty, Mother, and I didn't want to be. When we got word of the invasion, the lords convened at the castle. They demanded I hear them out. They wanted to give me counsel.
It's not so bad.
If I'd rushed into the field to confront the foe, I'd have been half blind to the situation, not known all the options I had at my disposal.
Fair point.
A ruler never knows all the
Also a
options.
fair point.
Yet he must decide and act nonetheless. I need to prepare. I'll see you at the Council of Peers.
And indeed she did, when the peers convened in the throne room. Surrounded by animal hides and Zerrikanian tapestries, the lords stood in tense silence, awaiting the queen. When her figure filled the doorway, they fawningly prostrated themselves.
Of course they did.
We've myriad matters to resolve, so I trust you're well rested. Whatever the case, I've no doubt we shall meet the dawn afore we're done. Firstly, we must ask assistance. Pen a letter to King Demavend. Scribe, take this down. Dear... What? Uncle? Cousin? Blast. Again. I, Meave, by the god's grace, sovereign of Rivia and...
Meave, come on. Know your relatives.
Your Grace, Mother, the peers and I, we've come to propose
Let's
another
hear this,
solution.
Villam.
Yes, out with it.
We wish to acknowledge Nilfgaard's authority, pledge fealty to the Emperor.
Good luck with that one. That's not gonna happen.
I beg your pardon.
The black-clad hordes outnumber our forces manyfold, and they're far better equipped. We stand not the slightest chance against them in open.
You will not lecture me about Nilfgaard's army, my son. All you know of them you garnered from coloured renderings, whereas I faced them at Dravigrad. I faced them and crushed them.
True.
But your grace, the losses. For this fleeting victory in which you delight, how many of your subjects had to perish? Bend a knee afore the Emperor, and you shall spare thousands.
Nay, never. Understood, Caldwell. Not ever.
Well, that's hardly surprising.
I'd hoped to persuade you, but it seems I've failed. Nonetheless, the die's been cast. We've signed the accord with Nilfgaard.
So much
Our
for
noble
not doing
lords stand with
something.
me.
The blood left Maeve's face. She had realized her son, who had ever professed to detest politics and shirked his duties as crown prince, had just stabbed her in the back, as had her entire court.
What is this? Treason to my eyes. The gallows is what awaits you.
Villam rules Lyria now. And should you not acquiesce and approve the accord, I fear only you, milady, shall have the pleasure
Thanks a lot,
to meet
Caldwell.
the hangman.
Don't get ahead of yourself, Caldwell. My mother will not be harmed. Not one hair on her head. Understood? Confine the Queen to the tower.
For some reason, I sense this isn't going to work.
You err deeply, my son.
Small feeling we might not be in here long.
The queen was confined to a cell. Gilded armor she had traded for a simple robe, a courtly retinue for a swarm of rats. She was the very picture of misery. At the window of her cell, gripping the bars, Maeve stood powerless, her anger so great she wept and wailed. Her Lyria was free no more.
We lost the Wagenberg. And this. Oh no, we lost everything.
Have I come at a bad time?
What do you think, Caldwell?
Demons take you, Caldwell. You've long been at this scheme, haven't you? You left the strays of Sparla to roam the realm, to forage, so that I would have to look to them. And thus gained your cohorts the time they needed to complete Lyria's sail to Nilfgaard.
Probably not wrong.
You've seen through it all, that's clear. After the fact, of course. But still.
Villam, you turned him. How?
The boy's not fit to wear the crown. Hasn't sufficient wit nor valor. I know this. You know this. Just, he knows it.
Wow, Villam. Sorry, Villam. I believe in you.
Villam fancied himself a statesman, which
Not really,
terribly
but
to
we'll
prove
see.
he was one. I made it possible. I've been amply rewarded, I have. Palatine since just yesterday, in fact.
You'll have neither my blessing nor congratulations. Sorry to disappoint you.
I seek neither. I've come for another reason. To bid you adieu. Villam does not seek your death. Does not even fathom it, as you well know. Moreover, his resolve will wilt in time, and he'll wish to free you. So, come the morn, when the young king rides out to pledge fealty afore General Ep Dahi, you shall use your bed linens to hang yourself.
I'm sure she will, Caldwell.
I see. You wish to see me bow afore you, lie prostrate, beg you for mercy, plough yourself with a pike, Caldwell. And you needn't send your thugs. I'll not falter nor hesitate. I'll take my own life.
Adieu, your grace, and use your last evening wisely.
Maeve felt a rush of despair, yet bit her lip to mute any weeping. No, she would not give Caldwell the satisfaction. Morning arrived with the sound of footsteps in the corridor. Maeve rose from her cot and stood in the center of her cell. She was prepared for anything. Well, nearly anything.
Oh, look who it is.
The Duke of Dogs.
Titles seem senseless under the circumstances, don't you think? Let's forgo them. I'm
What do you got, Gascon?
Has Caldwell sent you? To kill me?
No and a no. Actually, you're free.
Uh-huh.
How shall I put this? That cad, Count Caldwell, used yours truly and the strays as bait in a scheme aimed at kicking your shapely backside off your throne. Now, I'm hardly vindictive. First to forgive, in fact. Take your threat to send me to the gallows. Forgotten
Doesn't
already?
seem like it. You just remembered
Yet
it.
being played for a fool, I cannot abide. So when the strays freed me, I knew what I'd do to spite the Count afore I disappeared. I'd free you. That's to say,
Alright, what's it gonna be, Gascon?
you've got to request it
Uh-huh.
of me, my lady.
Of course.
Courteously.
Okay, we'll be nice to Gascon. He is here, after all.
For my realm, I will do this, and much, much more. Even bow afore a brigand. Thus I beg you, Gascon, Duke of Dogs, grant me
Wow.
my freedom.
Ha! Incredible! I've lived to see someone grovel with dignity. A true ruler you've got to be. You are free.
That's nice.
And grateful. Now please let me pass. I must get to the city jail at once.
Would you look at this woman? Free her from one prison, she flies
It's
off
not
to the
wrong.
next.
They hold Reynard there. And if I've any ally left, anyone who's not betrayed me, it's him. I must get him out.
Hold, my lady. Unarmed, alone.
Have I any
Yeah,
other
does she,
option?
Gascon?
In a sense. See, they locked a few strays in the city
Uh-huh.
pits too. Got a common cause, I'd say. Care to join
Alright,
forces?
Gascon, let's go.
The Queen took Gascon up on his offer. Then she, Gascon, and the strays snuck through the city to its dungeon. Reynard had not wavered for a moment in his devotion to the Queen. Never the slouch, he had also not lost any time.
I've inquired among the other arrested soldiers. Many are prepared to fight, even die at your side, Your Grace.
Seems they may yet get their chance. But now we must flee. All of us.
Not a bad idea.
Yet in leaving the jail, the company ran into trouble. When Caldwell's cutthroats had failed to find Maeve in her cell waiting for her secret execution, they had informed the Count. He, in turn, dispatched patrols into the streets. The Queen and her cohorts ran into one such unit.
Blast. We shan't outrun them. To arms!
Alright, Maeve. Let's go. Story battle, special rules, shortened battle again. Good to know. It's just one round.
Gascon? Bloody
Yeah, where'd
where did you
Gascon
get
go? What do we have here?
Your Grace, we must make haste. Caldwell's roused the whole city by now.
Either an escape route out of the city or run in with Caldwell's reinforcements. Interesting. What does this do? Boost. Okay. So Reynard can choose a dark alley to escape down. Okay, let's pick this one. Oh no, it's a Grey Rider. There are different allies played from the hand and with the other row. Okay, well, let's play a Scytheman. Cooldown on this is 3, so actually wait till we all of these.
Cursed traitors.
Okay, so we're gonna check a different alley. Another Grey Rider. That's not ideal.
This harvest will be reaping black-clad heads. Arbalist at your command.
Well, let's try one more time. Another Grey Rider.
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn
Didn't think I'd leave you just like that, did you?
Oh, you're back.
Honestly?
Not
I
surprising. Trigger some loyal stuff. We got more turns. What do you guys do anyway?
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
More Grey Riders.
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die. Sod it all. Don't like this.
A lot of Grey Riders doing stuff here, not gonna lie.
Your Grace, what guarantee do we have that they won't stab us in the back?
None. The people we trusted already did. Oh look, we found the gate. When it expires, it's shut. So we just need more points at the time that ends. So probably the best way to do that is with more Sidemen.
Aye.
Oh, we always get points.
Cursed Cursed traitors.
I don't want to click these anymore then. They're only going to be reinforcements, right? Trigger some loyals. Let's go with the bomber. Light this on fire.
Catch!
Then we can go with the strays here. Do a whole bunch of damage. That should get us ahead.
As you wish, milady.
Do this. Bunch of damage. Omer should be way ahead now. This gate ends, and we should win. There we go.
I thank you, Gascon. You and your men. For your
Good job,
aid.
Gascon.
'Tis nought, my lady. Strays never say no to a proper brawl.
No brawl this was. Sun rising against Mother. Lyrian striking at Lyrian. I fear a blood war's begun.
Come now. Seems to me the war's ended. Your realm's lost to Nilfgaard. You've no army
It's
to
true.
speak of.
Then I shall assemble a new one. And with it have Caldwell hanged. And drive Nilfgaard back across
That's the Queen Maeve
Yaruga.
we know.
You're mad. How will you find the men? Riding from hamlet to hamlet, speaking from atop a crate.
No. I shall find them in Edirn. I've a favour to call in with King Demavend. And I'll sway volunteers to my
Not a
cause
bad
on the
idea,
way.
but I don't know if you can get enough.
Well, you've your first willing warriors already.
How so?
We've nothing left in Lyria. Our hideouts are compromised. Caldwell's sure to set a price on our heads, and Nilfgaardians roam the land in numbers.
True.
Besides, I'll be right tickled to see proud Queen Maeve fighting elbow to elbow with a bandit she'd wish to hang just a half day
It's
before.
pretty funny, isn't it?
Well, it is said my foe's foe is my friend.
Didn't the person who say that get murdered or something by somebody who thought was his ally? I don't recall the full story, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
And I'd be a fool to turn down assistance now, no matter who offers. So be it.
Gascon. Seems like we're having a bandit army now. That is our new plan. Oh yeah, there's the strays. The Spala, we got them too. The bomber, infiltrator, cavalry, alchemist. All right.
Very high-minded of you, my lady. So, shall we shake on't? Nay? Well then, the high road beckons. Though first we must escape the city with our lives. Follow me.
Lyria was hers no more. Maeve now had to flee her capital and realm as quickly as she could. Wont to travel the city streets in a gilded carriage, the Queen now saw them from a slightly different vantage point.
Is this the only way? Are you quite certain? The Queen?
Is a common fugitive now, so she'd do better to pinch her nose and whinge not at all.
I don't think she said too much.
At long last, Maeve reached the gate. Yet this she found shut tight, locked and guarded.
Gods be damned.
Easy, your grace. Nothing we can't solve with a quiver full of quarrels.
Those are our men.
They were, Reynard, were.
Gascon's raiders were poised to loose their bolts, but were thwarted when the Queen stepped out in front of them.
What she... Your Majesty? I've orders to arrest
Uh-huh.
your grace.
Place me in irons then.
Please understand, I haven't a choice.
Fear not. You'll be rewarded by Caldwell in Nilfgaardian Florens.
The captain's head dropped. His cheeks burned crimson.
Go, your grace. Flee now, but only to return.
Remember this, Gascon. I'm no fugitive. I'm a queen, robbed of her rightful crown. And though I may need to venture to the world's end before I return, I shall have
I
it back.
don't doubt it. Don't doubt it at all.
Having fled Lyria, Queen Meve ventured into Edir, her old friend Reynard and new ally Gascon at her side. The war had bitten into this land too. Still, Meve hoped to sway King Demavend to her cause, and with his aid, to oust the traitors, retake her throne, and drive the Nilfgaardian invader from her realm. Yet to start, she was forced to fight.
Oh no,
Scoia'tael
not
rulers.
green.
Emerging from a wood, Meve's retinue encountered a unit of elven rebels just moments from hanging a handful of prisoners. Among the latter, the queen spotted a woman, a proud warrior with a striking, thick black braid.
The lass I believe I know.
Well, unless we rush to her rescue, it'll soon be you knew her.
Oh boy.
Well said. Lyrians, attack!
Never saw that coming. Forestalled execution. Alright, let's go and do this battle. Battle will only last one round. Of course. So we have our pikemen and our... We got the pikemen back. I didn't mean to click on that pikeman. We got another one, so it's okay. Let's try and use the strays here. Let's just go with this. Try and use the strays.
Hang the butcher! Villam!
Black Rayla.
She can't breathe, Your Grace. We must rush to her aid.
Well, we should rush to her aid. So we have to kill the things next to it. It's not too bad. We have a damage here. Fire. Oh, we have no arbalisters though. Let's go with the cavalry here. Try and get rid of these guys.
Nay, Dwan they camest.
I want to move those. Let's just play this to start with. We only have 3 of these guys left. Unfortunate.
Dole! Bloodthirsty!
Free the warrior!
I think the best way to do this is do the move 3.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
Then we can do another move. Oh, it's immobile. No wonder that didn't work. Awkward.
I shall not fail!
The elves, scatter them. They block our path.
Eh?
More damage.
We're too late.
Well, if we knew they were immobile, like if we read that word and knew what it meant, which we should have, that would have worked fine. So we got the marked guys. We want stuff that does damage.
Hang the butcher! Villam!
So how many turns does this have?
She can't breathe, Your Grace.
So we have to.
must rush to
Okay,
her
so we
aid.
can't play after they're done. Thought we could last time. So how do we kill these things? Let's start with the fire,
You mad? Don't say that.
and we'll just damage one of these guys. Or both of them, I mean.
Nay, Dwan
And that was easy.
camest.
Let's play our... Let's play one of these guys, I guess. No, we don't want to move his stuff. Let's just turn this to the bear. We should get her now. Much easier. Much easier.
The Scoia'tael warriors shocked the queen with their speed, their cunning, and their cruelty. Yet in the end, the Lyrians prevailed. When the last elf hit the ground, the queen had her men untie those they'd sought to hang.
1,000 thanks, your grace. Heard many tales of your valor. Pleased to see they weren't just flattery and propaganda.
Black Rayla. Hagar, we saw you there. You command King Demavend's special forces.
Handy. That's where we're going.
That's right. Though not many remain to command. So I see. How did it come to this? My liege sent me to wipe out a Scoia'tael band, led by a rat called Alghoul.
I wonder where we've heard of him before.
Followed the vermin's tracks for several days. Straight into his trap, turned out.
Hunting elves in the woods. Truly inspired, I must say.
Had no choice. Doing nothing would have brought us surer, swifter doom. The Black Clad have invaded Edirn, thanks to elven aid.
Of course it
They
was.
snap our supply lines, lurk like dogs, prey on vulnerable units and scouts.
You mean to say Nilfgaard's broken your defenses?
Aye. Though their march will soon halt, believe me. To advance, they'll have to take Rosberg, a stronghold that's yet to fall once.
I have a feeling we know where we're
They'll break
going.
against its walls like waves upon the rocks. While Edirn stands, the north is not yet lost. I'll convey your grace's words to the king at the first occasion. I'd rather hope to convey them myself. I have come to Edirn seeking aid. I wish to ask Demavend for support. The king is in Rosberg, overseeing siege preparations. I'm heading that way too to report on our skirmish with the Scoia'tael. I might serve as your guide. These lands I know better than any.
That is not the worst idea I've heard. Black Rayla.
Excellent. Guide on.
Back to the regular walking around, I see. Let's grab this and see what we've got in our tent. Alright, what do we have here? So, upgrades. We could get a extra trinket. 10% less recruits. That's a better deck. Stuff is cheaper. Bigger deck again. Wow, these are really good upgrades. We should probably save up for some of these if we can. But first, I think we want to upgrade our troops. But move speed's kind of nice. Let's go with... Do we want to upgrade... We don't have enough wood for this. We have enough for this, though. Let's go with... do we want to boost these guys? Let's go with these. Let's just go with these. This will be our upgrade here. And then let's go to the command tent. Our deck is massive right now. What do we actually want to take out? What is a high provisions? 36 cards. Okay, so we have 5 slings. Let's take out the blitz cards. We're going to go with a deck based around the strays, I think, this time. We've been doing a lot with the other cards so far. Let's see what we can change here. So I think... take these out for a minute. Reynard, Gascon, Ike, War Wagon. Take out the War Wagon. A card and 10 provisions over. Stick a scythe in. These are only 3 provisions, actually, so we'll probably put those back. What else do we have here? Black Rayla we want to put in. That's pretty good, playing a card from our deck. Obviously. That's good. So the question then is, we have 3 cards and we're over on provisions. Maybe we should upgrade our deck size. Does anything here have an order? You do. So Reynard combines with you. Got Gascon. Can we make more Strays cards somewhere? Two of these is the most. The Grey Rider. So this is an engine type card we could use. This costs gold. We can't make very many of these. Huh. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put back in the Scythemen, because they're low provisions. They give us good value. So that's one thing we can do. And then I think we take out one of the cavalries. Maybe a second. These guys aren't my favorites, honestly. I think we're gonna rely on the bombers. I want another bomber, probably. Put one of those in. Where is he? Then we have room for a 5. What's a 5? These guys aren't great. Just take out the last cavalry. And go with another bomber. Don't have enough stuff. Can't make the Grey Riders either. That's unfortunate. So we have to remake our Arbalists. Kind of annoying. Okay, we'll put in a cavalry, and then we'll put in one of these guys. We're 1 under, but we can work with that for now. Yeah, let's do this. Well, we can't actually do this, because this is 129. So we're just going to swap this guy out for a alchemist, I guess, for now. Where is the alchemist guy? Am I blind? Isn't he here? Oh, he's a 9. Well, that's not going to work then. Where's this thing? Put one of these in. Wow, I didn't realize the alchemist was so much. Okay, what's a 6? We put 2 6s in. We'll put war wagons in here for now until we can make more of these guys. That's just what we'll do. That is what we will do. Except we can't. Okay, whatever. We're putting an alchemist in, and then we're putting a 4 in. Let's put a field medic. All right, let's just do this. We actually have to have the right number of provisions to leave that. We do have reports. Okay, so not looking good. Caldwell's going to advise him. What a surprise. Good job, Captain Tobias. And what do we have in here?
Yes, Your Grace?
How has it come to this? I, Queen Meve of Lyria and Rivia, must prowl about the underbrush like a common bandit. And you, General Reynard Odo. Once proud commander of 4 elite regiments of footmen, now lead a gang of deserters, bandits, and scythe-wielding peasants.
I do so proudly, Your
Reynard's
Grace.
the best.
You must be joking, Reynard.
Your Majesty, under your husband I served 10 years, under you another 8. And never in that time did I fight for a more worthy cause. We seek not to grab land or stifle a peasant revolt. We fight for all the North, for our freedom, that of others. And you alone didn't give up. Didn't even consider bending the knee before Nilfgaard.
Yes, all true. Yet look where it's brought me.
Your struggle has but begun, Your Grace, and I will do all in my power to see you triumph in the end.
I cannot forgive myself one thing, that I failed to see through Caldwell's
Not the only
schemes.
one.
He must have plotted treason for months, years even. Yet I suspected nothing.
Don't be too hard on yourself, Your
Look at
Grace.
Gascon back here playing cards.
Easily said. Ugh, if I'd only realized it in time.
Nilfgaard would have found a different traitor, or sent an assassin north. It was unavoidable what happened. The Blackclads would have attacked in any case, and we'd have stood no chance to defeat the foe in open battle, repel him, drive him out.
Not wrong.
So, had you been there when the peers assembled, you also would have voted to bend the knee?
No. My honor would never have allowed it. I'd have thrown myself into the fire, and probably died a fool for it. As matters stand, I still have a chance to thwart the invader, his intentions. It seems, in a twisted turn of fate, I should be grateful.
I don't know about that one.
It's time
Like
I
talking to these other
attended
people.
matters.
Who we got? Let's talk to Ike. Let's hear about the
Your
book.
Grace, how fortunate you're here. Behold what wickedness.
Oh boy, what do you got for us, Ike?
I'm trying to behold Sir Ake, yet I cannot be sure what.
Reynard and Gascon, my lady. Caught in the act of playing face cards.
Face cards.
Oh, that. Indeed they are. Good.
Oh no,
Good.
he's a lecturess again.
Games of chance. Good. Why, they are evil's very
But what if it's a game of
claws.
skill, not chance?
Corrupting, tearing at the soul, seeping venom into the heart.
I wouldn't worry about Reynard's heart, Sir Ake. As for Gascon's, too late already, I fear. Besides, they're getting along, that's what matters. If cards do the trick, so be it.
Oh, do we click it? I guess we do.
Does the good book contain an answer to every question?
Each and
Oh,
every
fascinating.
query, without exception.
What does it prescribe a mother betrayed by her son? Tender forgiveness or unflinching firmness?
A moment. while
Yes,
I
Ike,
ponder.
please ponder.
There's a verse in
Uh-huh.
chapter 2. A child who doth with waywardness defy his mother and father deserveth discipline most severe. Strike him thus heartily, unless thine heart stilleth thy hand.
I see.
But one could interpret
Exactly
that any way
the
one
point,
wishes.
isn't it?
To thine own self be judge and ruler, spoke the prophet
Uh-huh.
Lebioda.
The
Thou
Biota, that's
alone
really
shalt
helpful.
answer for thine deeds before thee.
We'll just say it's wise.
There's a certain wisdom to those words.
Yes, your majesty. One need but gaze deeply into the verses and oneself.
Farewell, Ake.
Thank you, Ake. Alright, let's talk to Gascon. What do you got for me?
So, Gascon, the soldier's life. Does it suit you?
About the same as the bandit's life did.
I beg your pardon.
The tents are cold, the food's shite. On the plus side, plenty to drink.
That's an improvement.
A skirmish here, a scuffle there. Nilfgaardians one day, elves the next, and whoever we rout, we rob of what they've
You know,
got.
he's not entirely wrong.
Requisition, you mean? Fully in accordance with the laws of war.
Oh, please. Save your excuses for your father confessor.
Well, let's ask him about this first.
The Duke of Dogs. Whence the name?
Not certain I should tell you. It's, a person.
Is it Gascon?
Somewhat.
I
Uh-huh.
insist.
So, thing is, I'm a werewolf.
Yeah, okay. I'm not buying it.
Did I hear werewolf?
Of sorts. You see, when the full moon glows in the night sky, I transform into a creature that's half man, half dachshund. And then all the other hounds of the night hearken to my command.
Uh-huh.
Oh, forget I asked.
With pleasure.
I can't stop wondering. How
That
did
is a
your
good
strays
question,
break
now,
into
isn't
the
it?
Tower in Lyria?
They exploited its chief weakness.
What weakness is that? I
Ooh,
oversaw its
Meave, what'd you do wrong?
myself. Walls 5 feet thick, bars and grates of the sturdiest iron.
All tremendous, I'm sure. But how much
Oh,
do
there
you
it
pay
is.
the guards?
What? I don't know. The garrison's commander is in charge of that.
Let me tell you then. Not much, Meave. Not much at all. From atop a throne, it's hard to spot the little things. Example, a guard hard up for coin, or one with ambitions. But seeing that's second nature to even the most ordinary bandit. Take any castle door. To open it, to open all, one needs but a pouch.
Depends how big the pouch is, though, doesn't it?
It's time I attended to other matters.
Alright, Black Rayla, what are you doing here?
How fare you, Rayla? The quartermaster, did he assign you a tent?
He tried.
Oh, and?
I refused it. Best to sleep beneath the stars. Little chance of a foe catching you off guard.
I am... okay, if you say so.
Rain accepted, perhaps.
I'm not made of sugar, ma'am. I'm not gonna melt.
One sees very few women in the ranks, let alone in the special forces. How did you come to join?
On merit. Proved I'd be of use.
Yes, well, naturally. But how exactly?
I was 15 when I went to enlist. But the sergeant in charge of signing folk up told me to scurry on home. So I proposed a wager. Arm wrestling. If I won, he'd let me join. If I lost, I'd pay him 100 crowns.
And that kind of coin? You had it?
No, so I had to win. As we sat down at the table, across from each other, he laughed and rolled up his sleeve. When it was over, all around us were laughing at him. Then I just followed orders. Did so well enough to draw the king's attention.
I must go. We'll speak later.
Alright, well, that's everybody here. So, let's go see what we've got. That was the wrong thing. I think we'll just try and go to one battle. A lot of story in this one, isn't there? Oh, this isn't very long, is it? Let's see what the scouts can find for us. Look at that. You always check behind you. Always check behind you. Look at that. What a surprise.
Gods. The entire country up in flames.
Ebdahi warned punishment awaited Edern, that he would show the land no mercy.
What in God's names did you do to him, Rayla?
Nilfgaard offered us an alliance against the rest of the north, but Demavend declined in his clipped soldier's speech. They say Ebdahi flew into a rage and swore he'd reduce Edern to rubble.
Alright, here's our fast travel point. Head up here into this little house thing. Okay, we got a battle here. Well, Strays of Spala, let's see what you've got. Not a living soul. Alright, we've got you. We want to, let's just try and use the bomb guys here with this. Let's see how this works. Oh, We've got Scytheman still. Let's put him back. Alright, let's just go Black Rayla.
I'll fight to my last breath.
Every turn on turn, start summon a Necker to row from this deck. That's a lot of Neckers. Let's just put the row on fire.
Watch your heads!
And let's play a card from our deck. And I think what we want is going to be Reynard. Because now we can play this order again.
Company! Forward march!
And we will play out the fire for the other row. And that should kind of just be enough for this round. The Alpha Wolf. Oh, let's see here. Don't really have to do too much. Let's make this into the bear. It's 2 more Neckers. Alright, I think what we should probably do here is go with one of these guys. These are both pretty good. Let's do this heal first. A couple extra points there. It's not going to be super big because we don't have a ton of guys out. It's not bad though. He's got 3 more Neckers. Let's just move a couple of them. This one will die.
Slings, they hide well.
I'm actually just kind of curious how many Neckers he has, and if we can get rid of all of them or not. Like, obviously we could do something a little different where we remove these, but I want to see if we can't just, like, mill his deck out of Neckers. Play another Scytheman here. We can hit this down to a 3, and this, and this. And we'll go like this, and everything that's a 3 will take a bunch of damage. There's a bunch of them gone. We'll have a couple more. Okay, so apparently he's just going to keep making more. That's fine with me.
Ever have a stone knock out one of your teeth?
Got a lot of these guys. Quite a bit. Let's do another move here.
Have it the white of an eye from our
He's going to fill his rows up. We do have our Lyrian Horn here for our big finisher. Now his rows are full. And then we killed some. He will pass here. This would have been a pretty good horn. Yeah, this fire doing a lot of damage to these spawned guys. Pretty good so far. Here's our Ike. Battling monsters, and you have Manticore Trophy. So we do. Deploy damage enemy by its power. Tactics damage strengthened by 2. Alright. Fair enough. Let's just play a Scytheman here. Do a little bit of a push here. What if we can't deck him out? He's got more Neckers. Let's put fire on that row.
I smell a leak.
I'm gonna put assume the top card in graveyard, spawn a Necker, another Necker. Let's go with a Scytheman here. We'll see if we can't get a better broadsword.
These damn boots are killing me.
He's got more of them. Let's go with Ike here. And we'll remove this. It's a bunch of points.
Prepare to fight if you've any honor.
Necker. This is probably not the most optimal strategy, but I really want to see if we can't just, like, remove his deck of Neckers. Seems like a fun challenge. Okay, there's a couple more. So, this isn't going to work. We're going to play the Horn. I'll remove a bunch of his guys. He's got some 3s, so I think we'll just try and win then. Remove all these. With our loyals. And I think we win here. We didn't get to mill out all of his Neckers, but it would have been fun. It was fun trying to. Might not actually win. It's a lot of points. As cards. Close. We barely win. Alright, GG. Alright, yeah, there's a lot of story in this one, but I think that'll be it for here. We're just going to pick all this up. Got a nice little message here. Yeah, I think that'll be it for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. And we'll be back next week with more Thronebreaker. So, we'll see you guys in the next one.